Hi guys, welcome back to Advanced Excel Sessions with Preeti. So in today's session we are going to learn how to hide errors. So for example, if you're using any function, for example a VLOOKUP, and if you're trying to search some values from another list and you may get some errors. Now ideally some errors are because there is no data in the other sheet. So in such cases you can try to hide that error with some other text or with some number. So let's see how to do that. So for example, let me quickly show you what this data is. So let's say I've taken a very small data for the benefit of everyone's understanding. So if we have over here some orders which was done in the month of July, and some orders done by various sales personals, and let's say in this sheet I have an entire list of all the sales employees, and I want to see how many of these employees have done sales in this particular month. So this is my complete list, and this July orders has only the list of the employees who have done the sales. So for example, my columns that I'll be looking up to is the employee ID, and I'm going to get the sales. So as I explained in the VLOOKUP session, the first parameter in your VLOOKUP is what? Let's quickly do a VLOOKUP here. VLOOKUP value. This basically answers the question, what are you searching? So what I'm searching is basically the employee IDs in both the sheet, and based on the employee ID I'm going to get the sales. So what are we searching? The employee ID, hence I'll just select the ID, and we should always select unique fields here, hence I am not selecting name, I am selecting the ID because there could be duplicate names. Table array is basically where is that data. My data is in this sheet, so it just answers the question where. Okay, where. Now very important is the selection. Like ideally what we would have done is we would have selected from here, okay, but this will not give us a right result. Why? Because there is a rule in VLOOKUP saying table array is the table of text, numbers, logical values in which the data is retrieved. Table array can be a reference or a range. Okay, that's the description. The rule is mentioned over here. So for every function you get a small help like this. It says looks for a value in the leftmost column of the table, which means the first column of the table or the array. Now ideally the first column is this, right? But when you select your table arrays, it could be from anywhere in between your data. So the common field in both my sheets were the employee ID, and that's my lookup value. So what I'm going to do is I'll start my selection from here. What happens when I do this is it starts my selection from E, which means this becomes my first column, and then I'll select further. So then the counting starts from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So when I say column number, it is basically answering the question which column in the array. So as I just counted, if you want to just check the number of columns, you can just click here. It will take you back to the sheet. So you can just quickly count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So on the 7th column I have my data. So you write 7 over here. Range lookup. As I have mentioned earlier, whether we want an exact match or a closest match, when it comes in terms of IDs or text, it's always an exact match. Exact match is represented by false or by 0. Okay, so usually you would have noticed people just write 0. It's nothing but you're finding an exact match to it. So whenever it is something like an ID, you have to always take an exact match. And I'll do okay. Let me drag it. So I'm getting a hash in here. Let's see whether my formula is having an error or what. Now before we understand how to hide the errors, let's see why are we getting the error. a best way to identify is ideally go to some, don't go to your first cell, go to some value which is below and then just see why would be the error. Now if you notice, it says E4 to K10, which means the selection has moved to E4. And why is this reason it has moved? This is the same thing which I had explained in one of my earlier sessions on references. Excel by default follows the reference model, as in it will keep on moving the path. So the first formula had probably E1 to K column. When you drag, it becomes E2, then the next cell you drag, it becomes E3. Okay, just to show you the second cell, see here, this has become E2, E3. Now by chance you got a value here, so you've got this, but actually if you notice, your formula is wrong, because you can clearly see over here that there are 6 employees who have done sales out of my 11 employees, 10 employees, and I'm just getting value for 1. So there is some mismatch here, and the reason is, as I explained right now, is the references. So for that, always remember to freeze your selections. Let me just open the argument box. Employee ID, table array, where is my data? From here, the common column that I need, and here I am going to freeze. This is very important. I'm so sorry. So it's a function key, so you can just press F4 key on your keyboard, and in this it is column number 7. Again, the counting won't start from here because that's not from where I've started selecting the data. The counting will start from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'll write 7 and I'll say 0. Till here is a normal VLOOKUP. So if you notice, we've got more values and this is right. So if I just go to any cell over here, let's say I want to see why is this error. Okay, here my reference and all is proper. So probably the error is because this employee hasn't done any sales. That's why the name is not over here. So if you can, quickly just have a look, that employee is not there. And hence we've gotten #NA. So such errors are perfectly fine. Okay. Now that's on you to identify whether it's a genuine error or a #NA just because there is no data in the other sheet. Now whenever such a scenario comes wherein you know that this #NA is not actually an error, but just because there is no data, you would want to hide it with some text. Probably I would want to say, maybe I would want to give the number 0 so that I can calculate it further, so that this entire column is a numeric column, or just to highlight it, I would want to show it something like no sales done. You can write any text or you can write a number. So for that, or number that I specify. So how do you write it? You go before the function, like after the equal to and before the function, you click over there and you will say if error. Okay, if you see the quick syntax help that you get over here, value is nothing but the cell value or the function. So this entire function, after this entire function, I am going to put a comma, and then I'll say, we'll try with the numeric value. So I'll say 0. If it's a number, just write the number, don't enclose it with double inverted quotes, otherwise it considers that number as a text the moment you enclose it with quotes. I'll do enter, just drag this formula. So this is how it is shown. So it's shown with the value 0. Let's say I have edited, like I don't want this 0, I want some text to be shown that no sales done. So let's write some text. You can simply keep the entire column selected, and I just come over here and I'll write some text, no sales done. Okay, what I did is I pressed Ctrl Enter. Now this is a shortcut which you can use when you have your range selected already. You do some changes in the formula, and instead of pressing enter and then dragging it, just do Ctrl Enter. it fills the entire selected list. So we've understood two things here. One is how to use an if error and hide the #NA errors, just so that it's much more presentable, and it can be further used. Like for example, if I would have put 0, I could have done some further calculations on it. Now because I'm showing some text, I can present it in a PowerPoint presentation or something. It's more presentable that way. So this is the function you use to hide errors. If error, the value is nothing but your formula and what you would want to display if there is an error. So that's quite a simple function. You can use it with any other function. If error with VLOOKUP is a common combination that I've come across, but you can use it with any function which is giving you a #NA or any error. So let's say sometimes you do a division with 0 and 0, but let's say there was sales 0. Still, since the value is there, you would want to do that division. So what you can do is you can probably write an if error there also, and you can hide with such values, or you can write a text. So you can use it with any simple function, VLOOKUP, if function, any function. That's all for today. Let me just do a paste special and remove the formulas. So I did a Control C, Control Alt V. Thank you so much guys. I hope you all have understood how to use the if error to hide your errors, and let me know in case you have any doubts or if you want me to take any topic. Till then, thank you so much for attending this session.